So, what college classes have you used the most?
Travel demand forecasting, which is currently the work that I'm currently doing it, and traffic engineering. It's part of simulations, traffic simulations. Yeah, and of course statistics. Yeah, that's always there. Yeah.
And what skills have been most important to you in your career?
Uh, well, civil engineering skills and of course programming. That's always there, but more of it the transportation, whatever the skills that I've learned in grad school, something more of learning about how the transportation, basically travel demand forecasting, and the methodologies. All those kind of skills have been very useful until now. And programming hasn't always been there. It's part in every field, so that's another skill which I've been using while I'm working here.
And why did you choose to become an engineer?
Engineer, I think it's in my blood. My father is a civil engineer, so we built our own house when I was in my 10th grade. My father is a civil engineer, so he was drawing all the plans and everything, and I was just standing there, but just having that feel and getting to see it closely from the very close quarters. I think that triggered something in my brain, I guess. And then yeah, gradually my father didn't really ask me to choose a field, or he didn't really compel me to pursue civil engineering, but it's just that when the time came, I thought I'll just choose civil engineering because I already know lots of stuff from there. Yeah, and yeah, that's the major part. Like choosing to be a civil engineer was the budding roots were basically for my father. Yeah.
And what do you like about your job?
There are many things about it because civil engineering, transportation, basically, you can see what you're actually working on. Let's say you're working on a project. If you are in a transportation project, and the work that we do is basically government comes up with the project and they ask us to choose whatever exactly the project is it beneficial in the future. So we forecast the advantages of that project in future around 2020 or 2030 or 2040, and we tell them, hey, this is what the advantages of your projects are, and these are the benefits and disadvantages. They decided on it, and then they actually go ahead and build it. That's when we know, hey, I've actually worked on this project, I'm traveling on that. That sense of attachment, and you know that you've worked on this project, you have a sense of fulfillment. I think that gets me going in my work. Yeah.
And what does your typical day at work involve?
Working on various projects, basically travel demand forecasting again. That's my core job, and of course I collaborate with other teams too. In last 2 weeks, I've collaborated with other teams like planning department and traffic engineering and the GIS department. They have different tasks, and I kind of lend my hand whenever they're required. Yeah.
And what do you want others to know about engineers?
Well, we are not nerds, that's for sure. Engineers are super cool, and engineering is actually a cool field if you have passion towards it. And it's not something very nerdy, mathematics and this stuff. There are many parts of engineering which requires this application, and not so brainy stuff, not very statistical equations and everything. It's just about application and finding ways to solve problems. Yeah.
And how has your engineering education helped you?
Helped me in my professional or personal growth?
Either or.
Engineering education. Well, personally, I'm matured as a person. I over the course of the period in my masters as well as my undergrad, I knew how to tackle the problems. Be it if I tackle an academic problem, and if I knew how to get out of it, that helped me subconsciously maybe to tackle other problems too. I felt that feeling that, hey, I've taken care of this and I've got out of this successfully. So I think I'm up for a challenge. I'm not really scared if I have another obstacle. And professionally, of course, I've built my whole career on it. It's my bread and butter. So it's been wonderful, and engineering helps us solve problems, and especially my field, I feel it as if we are very close. Civil engineering and transportation, I think, is very closely connected to our work. It's nothing that we work in computers and we don't really see it. We see it being built or being performed. Let's say it's cars, autonomous cars, and connected cars, something like that. So, yep, it's been all there in my life.